Welcome back everyone. I'm here. I don't want to point the camera that way because the morning sun is that way, so there's going to be a lot of glare. But I'm here at the source of the Rudhall Brook, which starts on the northeastern fringe of the Forest of Dean. We're at East Dean, it's called East Dean, and we're not far from the village of Lea. But yeah, we're here today to do another river walk. I haven't done a river walk for a long time, but I felt compelled to walk the Rudhall Brook some weeks ago. I was in Ross-On-Wye and came across this wonderful mural of a kingfisher, and observing the brook, I just felt this compulsion to walk it, to get to the source of the brook. I wanted to know what the source was like, so I'll share the source with you now. It's about a 7-mile route today following the Rudhall Brook. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell the story of the brook, and it's quite an interesting story. Alright guys, I'll share with you the source. I'm with Andy today. As I say, I can't point the camera that way, but Andy's stood up there, and I'll share the source with you now. It comes out of a little pool, a spring. Alright, I'll bring you back. So yeah, if we follow the trickling stream up just a little bit, there's a pipe there, but beyond it, well, I think the source of the brook is coming out of the hill. I'm not sure what's beyond it. What's beyond there, Andy? Is it a pool? No, so it's coming out of the ground. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's fenced off, but yeah, so the Rudhall Brook is coming out of the hill near East Dean, on the northern fringe of the Forest of Dean, and it just flows down. We're in a beautiful, I'll say a little combe, although we're in Herefordshire, on the border of Herefordshire and Gloucestershire, guys. Mitchell Dean is not far behind us, but yeah, what a beautiful start to the brook. And it flows that way for about 7 miles through Lea, Linton, Hartleton pools, and into Ross-On-Wye. That was a lovely little brook. Really nice that hand, wasn't it? Yeah. Only brief, but well worth just stopping by and seeing where the brook starts. It's water, guys. Water is life, isn't it? And I just love to find and discover where these places begin, where these water sources, these courses begin. And it's a lovely start, it really is. Yeah, so we're at Lea Church, guys, and just walking past this beautiful yew here. This yew here, oh, there's a little squirrel on there. There you go. It's home to the squirrels. Yeah, this yew. What's that there? Oh, it's a little robin, look. Somebody's put a little robin in the yew. Yeah, how wonderful is that? Yeah, this yew is probably a few hundred years old, don't know, maybe older. Yeah, no traffic down lanes like this. You just take your time, you can let go, can't you? Get off the main drag, just kick back, enjoy the high hedges. These hedges have probably been here hundreds of years. Some of them have, at least. I was just thinking about the village of Lea and how the brook flows through the village, and how the brook has been exploited over the centuries. It's by no mistake that corn mills were established in the village, and further downstream we have some carp pools at Harleton pools, And they're very beautiful. I believe they were established in the Jacobean period. And then further on down from that, we have more corn milling in Ross-On-Wye, and that's quite a fascinating story in fact, because the whole landscape has changed. But yeah, the brook has been exploited for centuries, as these waterways are. And nothing stays the same. That's the story of the brook really. It's constant change, constantly shifting. Industries have come and gone. Probably the farms around here still use the brook. They probably use it for irrigating. A lot of these water sources are used and exploited in that way, aren't they? Yeah, lovely walk down here. Just taking my time. Yeah, off the road. Got a nice cross-country route now. Just for about 1 kilometre and a bit. But yeah, look at this. Just a wonderful countryside scene. We have a robin that's bobbing about, that's come to say hello, in and out of the hedge. You're going to show yourself again, little robin? Yeah, there you go. Whoops, I'm back up. We've caught up with the brook, guys. Flowing handsomely now towards Harleton waters and then Ross-On-Wye. And we're just beside this quiet little road near Burton Court. This is what you call simple tracking. The toes, they're going in all sorts of different directions in fact. Is that a small deer? It could be a munkjack. That's what it could be. I would say that's munkjack. And they're all over that. Here. Here. Well, check it out. Kind of. Yeah, I've never seen prints like that. I think they're munkjack. I'm going to check out some munkjack prints when I get back home. I'll take a photograph of a good print here now. But munkjack, I reckon. There it is. Our humble brook, Rudhall Brook, just snaking its way through the landscape. There's the brook. Yeah, it'd be good to be able to clean our boots in it, but we're gonna have to find another pool. This little farm, guys, how it's just overhanging the track there. There it is from the front, guys. Oh, beautiful old place. It's timber framed. Yeah, this is it. This is said to be the oldest yew in England. Check out the facts online, guys. That's not me saying it. It's quite a few other people saying it too. Said to be between 1500 and 2000 years old, this yew. I find it most odd that this yew is on this walk. Said to be the oldest yew in England. So yeah, this is going back. Probably back to the Dark Ages, you see, wasn't it? 3rd, 4th century maybe. Lovely tree, lovely yew. Yeah, look at it through there. This dappled light here. There you go. Yeah, stood here for between 1500 and 2000 years. Yeah, that's really cool. We're not far from Linton Pub, so we're going to pop to the pub, have a bit to eat, and possibly a Coca-Cola or something of that nature. But the brook, Rudhall Brook, is literally 1/4 of a mile that way, so we're still tracing the brook into Ross-On-Wye. Alright guys, I'll bring you back.
Two tennis balls with that on. With that on, you get a tennis ball behind the other.
In the Alma Inn. It's nice and mellow. Gemma, the owner. It's nice and mellow. 17th century this pub was built, but it's named after a battle. The River Alma, the Battle of the River Alma, which was in the Crimean War. The British, the French and the Ottomans against the Russians. It was a bloody affair. But yeah, the Linton Music Festival takes place here each year. I think it's more blues driven, I think, the Linton Music Festival. But yeah, the Linton Music Festival, check it out online. I'll put the details down below. Alright guys. Yeah, another pleasant section coming out of the village of Linton there, just after the pub, the Alma Pub. This is a tributary of the Ruddle Brook. This will be swelling its waters, as I've just said. And so now we're into a little cum. Yeah, it's quite hilly here now. And it feels old. Backcountry England. Love it. Yeah, nice reed bed there. That will be alive with all sorts of birds. That kind of habitat was ideal for bitterns many years ago, but of course they're quite a rare species now. But yeah, here are the pools. Just a glimpse through there, look. Hartleton pools. Hartleton Lake. Pools or lake, whatever you wish to call it. It goes on for quite considerable time, considerable distance down there. So we're going to be walking alongside these pools now, this lake. Then we'll be crossing over, and then crossing back over, and heading towards Ross-On-Wye. I just saw a heron take off and fly away there. So yeah, they're a heron on the lake. And I think I'm looking at, it looks like an egret as well. I'll zoom in, but it certainly looks like an egret from here. This is interesting. Hartleton pools, Hartleton lakes. And yeah, there's a few mallards about as well. But yeah, here you are, check it out. Yeah, what is that bird there? It looks like an egret, right in the centre of the screen. I can't zoom in anymore. Just coming down the track here at Hartleton Lake, Hartleton Pools, and we come across a Walenti Patel sculpture. I'll put some details of Walenti Patel on screen, guys. But yeah, a fantastic sculptor. Lives near Simmons Yat, I believe. Yeah, I've walked past this place a couple of times. But yeah, his sculpture can be seen throughout Herefordshire. because he's Herefordshire based. Walenti Patel, check it out, look at that. Yeah, Ruddle House is just here. It's a gorgeous property. You can't see it, I'll put some photographs up, but it's right here beside this road. It's very private, beyond this wall in fact. But yeah, it was built initially in the 14th century and belonged to the Ruddle family. And Westphaling of Hereford, who was the son of the Bishop of Hereford, married the heiress to the Ruddle estate. They're a powerful local family, stretching back to the medieval period. Consequently, it came into their joint ownership. But there are quite a few people that have owned this property right up until the present day, all very wealthy people. As I say, you know, just check out, here's a glimpse of it here. It is absolutely glorious inside, guys. Yeah, Ruddle Manor. Yeah, look. Ruddle Manor, that's the entrance to it. Right there. Yeah, here's the boundary, and I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to see if we can get a peek. I'm going to put the camera over the wall, see what we can see. What can we see? Ah, wow, you get the idea, right, guys? It's an absolutely gorgeous property. So that's Ruddle House, 14th century that was built, owned by the Ruddle family, very powerful family. Who else owned it? Yeah, Peter Scott. I think we go down here. Yeah, Peter Scott, who was the son of Robert Scott, the Antarctic explorer. He owned this. Peter Scott was a conservationist, wasn't he? Ornithologist, conservationist and broadcaster. Now guys, the Rudhall Brook, still following the brook. We're about, yeah, 3/4 of a mile outside of Ross-On-Wye now. So we're coming to the end of the walk. But there's just one or two more things to explore in Ross-On-Wye before we get to the confluence with the River Wye. Well, we're back. We ran out of time. We had minutes to spare until our transport back to Hereford, so I had to come back and finish the walk. And it's a different day. It's cloudier, it's windier, and yeah, it feels colder. In actual fact, we're expecting snow tomorrow, so this may be blanketed in snow by tomorrow morning, who knows. Anyhow, we're on the eastern fringe of Ross-On-Wye. The brook, Rudhall Brook, is running alongside this caravan park here. And it's running into town and towards the River Wye, not far away. And what we're doing is we're going to walk into town, west, to a place called, well, a place called Five Ways. It's a junction, it's a road junction. And what I want to do is demonstrate just how drastically something can change, how dramatically an area can change. Because back in 1895, the whole area was a mill pond, powering the town's mill. So I don't want to talk about it too much until we get there. So another 5 minutes, I'll bring you back, guys. All right. Here we are at Mill Pond Street. That's Mill Pond Street, and what's known as Five Ways. We're on the outer edge of the Morrison car park, which in 1895 was actually a mill pond powering the mill over there. This place looked very different over 100 years ago. This was a mill pond, and that over there is the town's mill. Now this isn't the best picture, guys, but you can see the mill in the front here. Spot the chimney. The chimney's missing now, but that house there is still there. Do you see what I mean? Let's just take another look. You can see the mill pond. It's right in front of the mill and the house there. And there's like a wharf. You see there's like a wharf here? And here, you can't see it, but I'll put it online. There's actually a fence around here, pretty close up to this house here. And that house, which forms the corner of the Five Ways, is still there. It's that house there. It's still here. So there was a fence along there once, and all this was water. All of it was water. Yeah, it's a bit windy, there's some wind. Yeah, so there was no road here, guys. There was no road. It was a mill pond, powering the town's mill across the way there. So what we're going to do is, we're going to go down this road here, and we're going to follow the brook to the River Wye. But yeah, this is Mill Pond Street here. And all that to the left was a mill pond. Right up to here, right up to Five Ways. Alright guys, well, we're in the office. I mean, check this out, right? The original panelling is here. And look at that, guys, across the way here. One of the original window handles, right there. Lead baseler. Beautiful, beautiful panelling. And this was the office once in the old town's mill. They used to call them 1 mil or 2 mil, depending on how many millstones they had. I'm not sure how many millstones this had, but yeah, here we are. Look. This was the mill's office, and it's the original panelling. This is pretty much what's left of the mill. See this space here? If we just step out, I'll give you some perspective. I'll give you some perspective, that. So there's the office, there's the mill's office, and the original panelling. Absolutely fantastic. I just want to pause for a moment just to give Vicky and Libby a shout out. Vicky is on the left, Libby is on the right. They were working in the basement in the old office of the mill, and they were really kind enough to allow me to film and you know, afford me a bit of time and some chat. So it was really good to meet you, Vicky and Libby. Alright, I'm going to carry on walking, guys, down the brook towards the Wye, and we'll get to the confluence with the brook and the Wye, the Rudhall Brook and the Wye. So it's been fantastic meeting these guys here and just checking out what's left of the mill. Alright, I'll bring you back. Yeah, so this is powered mills. It's formed lakes and fisheries, and of course it's home to a lot of wildlife. Apart from a few mentions up near the lake, you know, of an egret and a heron and mallards and cormorant, I haven't mentioned the wildlife so much, but it's home to an array of wildlife. And here we kind of have a representation of it. Yeah, lovely. Ross Town rowing club, and the Rudhall Brook joins the Wye right here. And the rowing club has got quite a history as well, you know. Yeah, it's got a bit of history, the rowing club. It started in 1870, but it was a bit of a white collar affair. The working class weren't involved. Wasn't until, I don't know, maybe the 1950s, 60s, 70s that the working class were able to row. But yeah, beautiful view of Ross-On-Wye there, guys. And the brook enters here. So yeah, let's see what the Rudhall Brook has become. Yeah, it's quite a body of water. And there you go. This is where the Rudhall Brook enters the Wye. And it's another contributor. It drains the land, it serves a purpose. It's only small by comparison. But yeah, a lot of lives have been sustained upon this brook. Milling, fisheries, farming, wildlife, just this small little brook. Yeah, so I'm just getting out of the wind a bit. It's a different day. Had to come back, finish the walk off. Fantastic walk. If you remember how the brook started, little stream. I've mentioned that a couple of times, but I do find it fascinating how these things grow. And yeah, we are right beside the River Wye, in the midst of this famous view of Ross-On-Wye. That was fantastic. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I thoroughly did. I'd like to thank Andy for his company. That was brilliant, Andy. We ran out of time, we couldn't finish it. But yeah, I really enjoyed your company. And I'd like to thank you for your company too, for watching the video. If you want to comment, please do comment down below. You know me, I always like to have a chat. And if you want to like it, like the brook, the walk, give us a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed guys, please do hit the button down below and make sure that notification bell is on, because I'm out and about, I'm getting fitter after a long injury, and there's going to be some fantastic adventures in the future. Alright, that's me next to the Ruddle Brook at the Ross-On-Wye rowing clubhouse in the midst of this wonderful view. Cheerio, take care now.